Okay, let me make sure we're live as normal. Hmm. Uh, Hope everybody's having a great day. Let's go to my channel, make sure we're live, and it looks like we are live. Okay, I'll wait for a few people to get on in here. We're going to have a great show today. It is the MLH Comment Show. I, of course, am MLH. Well, we'll wait for a few of you guys to get in here. We should have a pretty interesting show. Hopefully, pretty short show today. Not a lot of comments, but I do have an update for you guys on something that happened to KDOT and myself. Howard County, welcome on in. Nice to have you on in here. Like I said, it should be a fairly short show today, but I do have an update. Ms. Libby, how have you been, darling? Hopefully you're okay. Let's see. Like I said, we're going to wait for a couple people to get on in here. We'll get the show started. Should be an interesting one. Like I said, I do have an actual kind of important update that we can discuss. Shout out to KDOT. He's probably not going to be in chat today, but he's going through a hard time, so I want you guys to send all your well wishes on over to KDOT. He lost a friend, so those moments are always tough, and I'll probably be talking to KDOT later on today to discuss what's going on with that. But one day at a time, Ms. Libby, for sure. One day at a time. I mean, that's all you can do. Like I said, we'll wait for a couple more people to get on in here, then we'll get started with the show proper. Go through all of your comments. I mean, you guys make this show go. So, if you haven't seen all my videos, check out one or two. Put a comment in, and I will give you a shout out on this show, as well as anybody that comes on into chat, like Ms. Libby and Howard County. And I know there's a couple more people in there, but we'll wait for a couple more people. Sometimes those notifications don't get out for a good minute or two. So, you know how that goes. Hit the like button if you haven't already, guys. And then, that hopefully will get a couple more people in here. But like I said, we'll wait for a couple more people. It's always a little bit livelier with more than one or two people in chat. So we'll wait. Usually I get a few people in here, depending on whether or not people get those damn notifications. Howard County and Ms. Libby, did you guys get the notifications? That'll be a good indicator. Or did you just stumble upon the live while you were on your YouTube travels? Let's see. Just getting just getting a Fab Daddy. Welcome. Oh, that's right. It is Easter weekend. I totally forgot about that. Okay, well, I guess we'll get started, and then I'll discuss with you guys. I mean, 3 people's good. You guys rock. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started, and then maybe a couple more people will trickle on in here. But everybody's probably taking flights and all, getting prepared for Easter weekend, so that's fully understandable. So I'll try not to keep you guys too long. Fab Daddy, like I said, welcome on in here. Appreciate you being in here every week. So here we go. Okay, welcome everybody to the MLH Comment Show on this Easter weekend. I'm glad Fab Daddy pointed that out. I was kind of concerned. I'm like, only 3 people. What's going on here? But everybody's getting ready for Easter. I'm sure more people will pop on in. Let's go over the comments real quick, and then I'll give you guys a quick update on What's going on with K-Dot and I have an interesting update that you guys are definitely going to want to stick around to hear. Ellie, what's up? Nice to have you in here. Um, Ellie, you're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you later, but it's pretty. Angel, welcome, my friend. Nice to have you in there. Jen, welcome. Caucasian Sasquatch, welcome. People are starting to get those notifications, so appreciate you guys being on in here. Let's go over the comments. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I do know that this is Easter weekend. You guys getting prepared for the big day tomorrow. So, but I do have an interesting update that you guys are going to want to stick around for. Rochelle, thank you for getting on in here right before work. I really appreciate that, Rochelle. It means a lot. Even if you do just pop in and hit that like button and then have to go to work, no worries. But thank you very much, Rochelle. Okay, let's start here. Let me transition on over here to the comments. I hope you guys can see that. If not, I can make it a little bit bigger if you guys let me know. You're invisible, Angel. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go over the comments here. The first comment at the bottom there, I always go from the bottom up. That's what she said. Anyways, transparency time. Who's usually in chat? I'm expecting transparency time to get on in here in a few too. Missed this one. Catch you on the next one. Hope you have a great week ahead and take care of that cold you have. Yeah, I had a heck of a cold. I'm at the very, very tail end of it. I still got a little bit of junk in my lungs, but I feel a million times better. Trust me. Ashley, welcome on in. Nice to have you in here as well. Appreciate it. Okay. So thank you, Transparency Time. Yes, I'm feeling much better. I really do appreciate it. Pelone, I'm happy to hear you're doing better. Thank you very much, Pelone. I really appreciate that. The OG Pelone. Neslover, always putting a comment with the emojis. Thank you. Jonathan, on my poll, I had a poll. Should we have curfew for kids? If so, what is a good time for curfew? And I brought this up because there was something in the Aurora Chief's rhetoric and one of his press conference where he mentioned curfew. But the incident happened at 7:59, before 8 o'clock. So I was thinking, why the hell would he bring up curfew? And we met with the Aurora police chief, and he said it was more just to institute a curfew just so people, parents would have a little more, kind of control, over what their, kids were doing at night and stuff. And I understood the point, but it was really odd that he would bring up curfew for an incident that happened before 8 o'clock. And I told him, I was like, what do you want? You want the kids to be in by noon? Would that be okay? Because I remember when I was a kid, like we usually were told, when the lights come on, that's when you go home. That's how we knew. When those street lights came on, we kind of knew it's time to go home. All the kids knew that. It was just kind of known. Alan B, welcome, my friend. Nice to have you in here as well. Really appreciate you, Alan. Okay, so that was the question, and I put up a few answers like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, when the lights go on, etc., etc. And people. That was a pretty good poll of mine because I had quite a few responses, but here's one of them. Jonathan says, no for the government and yes for the parents. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I really don't think a government official should ever impose a curfew, but parents definitely need to impose a curfew. Like, hey, when those lights get on, or at a certain, if it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever the parents decide. Past 10 o'clock is sketchy to me, especially for kids. I think by 10 o'clock, everybody should be inside. I think that's reasonable. I don't think it's, unreasonable from a kid's perspective, like if you're out at the mall or over your friend's house down the block or something of that nature. I think 10 o'clock is actually pretty reasonable. When I was a kid, my bedtime was 8:30. It was always 8:30, and I hated it. I used to stay up till about 10 o'clock anyways. But yeah. Let's see. Other Side of Life, welcome. Nice to have you in here. Yeah, Ms. Libby, for sure. You get in as soon as those lights turn on. Otherwise, there's going to be trouble, and everybody knew it. I'm guest spotting right now, but I'll leave you playing. Thanks, Sasquatch. Appreciate that. My dad used to say, ain't nothing good open past 10 but bars and legs. Maybe that's why I should have stayed out past 10, Miss Libby. Oh man, I was such a good kid, man. Straight A's all the way through high school, the whole bit. Then I got to college and all fell apart because there was no structure. All right. Transparency time on the same poll says when I was growing up meant the outside lights on my parents' house came on. We better be home or my parents better know where I'm at. That's the way it was when I was growing up. See, the same thing. I mean, I think we all kind of grew up like that, right? Like, the parents were kind of the arbiters of curfew, and that's the way it should be. All right, Harry Nuts, my good friend Harry Nuts, chimed in on the same poll. As kids, when the sun went down, we knew it was time to go home or get our asses whipped. We were always home on time. And then Transparency Time replied to that. Knowing I was growing up, if we were still out with, I better let my parents know where I'm at and how much longer it'll be before I get home for the most part. I was always home when the porch light came on. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a consensus. What do you guys think in chat? You guys have those same kind of self-imposed curfews, like when the lights came on or 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something of that nature? I mean, was that how it was when you guys grew up? I mean, I want you guys to really think about it. Some of us are a little bit older and had that kind of old school kind of, curfew that was just self-imposed. And that's such a great way of putting it. When the lights come on, either the street lights or the porch lights, I mean, and it was always different, right? I mean, based on, the weather or whatever. I mean, hey, Harry Nuts, what is up? Nice to have you in here. Really appreciate it. Canada is watching on the same poll, says, no if it is state sanctioned, yes if it's good parenting and instituting the curfew. I couldn't agree more. I don't like the government to tell me, that my kids have to be in by 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock and that was the point that I was telling the police chief of Aurora when we met with him. Like, I mean, what do you want? The kids to be in by noon? 2, 3? What's your idea of a good curfew? And I don't like him telling us that. That was the whole point of that. Matthew the King says, mandatory magic mushrooms for politicians and society? No. Anarchist geniuses? Yes. I don't think I could agree with you more, Matthew. Usually Matthew's in here, but he might be in here in a little bit. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. We'll get a few more people. I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I know this is Easter weekend, but I do have an update that you guys are going to want to stick around for. Blue Unicorn says maybe we should have a curfew. Yeah, I think you're thinking along the same lines, Blue Unicorn. I know we're having a lot of like violence and shit like that, a lot of crime, but I don't like to peg all kids in the same boat. I think there's a small group of troublemakers and the rest of kids are actually very intelligent, very forward thinking. The youth of our country is the future. So what do we get by oppressing them is my thing. All right. On my complaint forums for Cover Up Douglas video, and Andrew Langlois, I hope I pronounced that correctly, said, dang, what an idiot I am. Mexican Longhair, did you used to work at a CPS facility next to the Los Angeles airport, LAX? I think I might recognize you. No, Andrew, I never lived in California. I've lived in Denver, Colorado my entire life, and that's decades long. And then Blue Unicorn says, uh-oh, run MLH, you got made. Just kidding. Sorry, Andrew. No, I've never lived in California, Andrew, and I never worked at a CPS facility. My whole life I've spent here in Denver, Colorado. So there you go. If I missed anybody in chat, I do apologize. I'm sure the mods gave you a very, very warm welcome. And I do want to acknowledge all my mods. You guys are really, really awesome. And I have most of them in here right now. I feel really, really, really privileged. Blue Unicorn also chimed in. Whoa, my other channel got this notification, but this channel didn't. That's lame. I wondered why I hadn't seen you around for a while. Yeah, it's really weird, Blue Unicorn. Sometimes unsubbing and subbing back helps. So if you didn't get the notifications, I mean, that's a YouTube thing, and I still to this day don't understand it. I don't get it. Pallone, again, chimed in on that same video. Great job, MLH and KDOT. Keep up the great work. If you guys are wondering what that green squibble on the left of that thumbnail is, Bernie called me out on it. She's like, why do you got a green scribble across KDOT there? That's my tree scent thing, you know, like the air freshener that you put in cars. That's what that is. So just let you guys know, it wasn't me like trying to cover up anything on KDOT or anything like that. It was just the thumbnail that I took. And then Pallone says, what other channel? KDOT's channel, I'm guessing, Pallone. I don't know what you're referring to. Maybe put a timestamp, Pallone, and I'll figure out what you're talking about. Bradley Savi, hope I pronounced that, gave me some emojis. Thank you very much. And Smeghead said that they live. Yes, Smeghead, thanks for chiming in. I haven't seen you in a bit, man. Hope you're doing okay. And then the final comment right here, keeper of the list, says on my on the last stream it just abruptly ended because the signal just cut out, and it's I swear that Aurora has jammers, because it could be fine for a while and then people like see us and then all of a sudden signal just goes out, you know, and then it's buffering and then all that. But this last time was really weird, so I had to put a quick post, let you guys know that either the signal was jammed or I don't know. It just, I couldn't get back online. It was just real shitty end of the video, but luckily we got business done. He says, thought you tripped on KDOT and knocked each other out. Glad you're okay. And then Matthew the King says, double knockout would have been sad and epic. Yeah, no, it was just signal interruption. So ATL, welcome to the stream. Yes, I feel a lot better now that you're here, ATL. All right, let's see if we have any held for review comments. I don't expect any. And it looks like we're clean and clear. Nobody used naughty words and none of that. Let's go to the mentions, and then I will give you guys that update that you guys are going to be interested in. Dragonhead, a couple days ago, mentioned me in a video. Just released how one parent had to pick up her child after the Uvalde school shooting. Cop force. Ooh, I saw a bunch of those videos. I don't know exactly which one this was, Dragonette. Disgusting. Every which way that Uvalde was handled was absolutely disgusting. She also mentioned me in another video. Police chief refuses to step down after council requests him to. I didn't see this one. I'll have to check that one out after the show. I'm wondering why there was pressure for him to do that. And then an officer-involved shooting, which I think I commented on that last week. Thank you very much, Dragonette, for mentioning the show on your videos. Really, really do appreciate that. Let me take a quick look at chat, and then I will give you guys that. Hey, Matthew, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you in here. I just mentioned you about maybe 2-3 minutes ago. Okay, guys, here's the update. KDOT and I don't know if you guys actually, let me go back here and see if I can find the video. There was a video that we did where one of the Aurora police, Aurora employees decided that they wanted to call the police. It was this one, problem at Aurora. It was the Beavis and Butthead thumbnailed video. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'll go ahead and leave it playing while we go along here. Hope you guys don't mind that. So this was an interesting video. Hopefully you guys have seen this. If not, go back and watch it. It's probably worth a watch. These guys were idiots, these security guards. KDOT and I took them to task, but there was another. Let me see if I can find her. There was an employee, and let's see if I can find this employee. Right here. this lady right here, I believe. Yeah, that's the lady. Okay, so this lady in frame right now, I'm going to go ahead and let the video play. That lady, we had some policy questions and some other stuff that was going on, and this lady decided to come down and talk with us. And we were having a very, very cordial, cordial conversation with this lady about policy and records keeping and just generalized stuff that we needed the info on, right? And at first she was very gracious, and we were happy to have this dialogue. I didn't even record it, and KDOT wasn't recording. I've learned my lesson. I'm at least going to get an audio recording for every interaction that I have, because this thing turned sour, and it was really weird, right? So it became really weird. KDOT and I were talking to this lady, and I happened to notice something, right? When I was talking to her, she was fine. When she was talking to KDOT, I could tell she was more uptight. She was more like, her answers were shorter with KDOT. There was just something different about KDOT. I wonder what that could be, right? What possibly could be different about myself and KDOT, right? Other than he's devastatingly handsome and I'm not. What is the difference between KDOT and myself? And so it just became increasingly hostile between her and KDOT. Meanwhile, I was the more aggressive, person. I am happy. Welcome to chat. Nice to have you in here. C-Mac, welcome. Nice to have you in here as well. Appreciate everybody being in here. And the long hair, right, Matthew? Okay, so other than those two differences, I wonder what the difference between KDOT and myself is, right? So I just had this in the back of my mind, it was just as we were talking. And then all of a sudden, she had a mug in her hand, right? And KDOT was like, "Oh, you have the Thin Blue Line Gang mug, I see." Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure it's in their policy to not display the Thin Blue Line flag in Aurora. I have to look again. I always get Denver and some of the outlying cities kind of confused, so I have to look. I'm pretty sure it's in their policy they can't display the Thin Blue Line flag, right? So he called it out, and he was very nice. He wasn't like aggressive. He didn't raise his voice. He wasn't. We were very calm, cordial, and all that. And I was like, "Oh, you're not supposed to have that," or something. And she just got up and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave." And KDOT and I both looked at each other like, "What?" I was like, "Well, we're not leaving. This is a public building." And I was, we were both very calm. We didn't yell. We didn't cause a big issue. And luckily, we had a witness right there that was like this. I don't know if she's a secretary. I don't want to demean her position or anything like that. But there was a and that jackass on screen right now is something else. You guys got to check out the video. So we called it out, and she got upset. She wanted to kick us out, and then she goes, "You guys have to leave." And I'm like, "No, we the fuck don't. We absolutely do not have to leave." And so we sat there. She left the room, and I was like, "KDOT, she's gonna call the cops. So let's get our recordings going," and then that's when the video here picks up. And so we went outside and we dealt with these Beavis and Butthead characters. Another employee that was pretending that he was a contractor and he really wasn't a contractor. He turned his badge around. He was a coward, but we took care of him too. And we took care of this lady in more ways than one. So you guys got to watch the video for full context. But the update that I can give you, never poop in your own yard. Exactly, Ellie. So let's see. I'm trying to get caught up on chat here. Yeah, they were rent-a-cop, C-Mac, for sure. They really suck. And K-Dot called them out on their bullshit. I mean, you got to watch the video. It's actually a really good video. I'm pretty happy with that video. But here's the update. The update is the lady that we dealt with is no longer working for the city of Aurora. That's the update. So I think it was either because we went back to complain about this lady, and we talked to a supervisor again. Anytime that we're in City Hall and we deal with people there, they're usually very, very cordial. Other than the security guards, that the ladies up front are really nice. The ladies in the city clerk's office are always very, very nice and treat us with respect. And it's just really, really good to deal with it's a pleasure to deal with the people there for the most part, right? I don't know why we had such a hard time with this lady. So yeah, it ended up being, we filed a complaint and we wanted a meeting, but the meeting, I think, is kiboshed by the fact that this lady is no longer she had friends or family that worked for law enforcement, and she got butthurt, and her feelings got hurt that K-Dot called out her bullshit thin blue line mug. Now she can display that at anytime she wants as a private citizen. So feel free to do so, lady. But yeah, so we were surprised. So as a result of our complaint, either she quit or was put pressure on, or couldn't handle the fact that somebody actually complained about her, but she's no longer working there. And she was a long tenured employee. I have seen her there quite a bit. But this is a lady that tried to call the police on us for simply recording and being in the building and having a cordial conversation. So I'm glad she's gone. I'm not sad. I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for her family. I feel a lot better for the citizens of Aurora, Colorado, that there's one less piece of shit employee under their employment, and we're working on getting more taken care of as well. Let's see. Administrative assistant is the PC title nowadays. Yeah, karma's a bitch, Miss Libby says. Now, how is that, MLH? Wow. Remember that, Ellie? What Miss Libby said. What are you talking about? I don't know what's going on here. Probably moved her to another office, not forward facing to the public. No, she's no longer with the city of Aurora. We got a specific email, CMAC. So she is no longer working for the city of Aurora. Let's see. So when I say that we're working behind the scenes, guys, I know that's, that may seem like paying lip service, and we're not really producing a lot of videos, but we're trying to produce you guys with some actual real results. And I actually think that's a real result. I would love to get these two idiots on screen the fuck out of Aurora, because they don't belong there. And I call them Beavis and Butthead for a reason, because they acted like it. They were worse. I probably would have more respect for Beavis and Butthead than I would these two jackasses. But and there's another guy that works there that's another jackass. But so the long and short of it is, there's a lot of stuff that we work on at any given time, and we work as a team. And it is... it's kind of amazing. We told you to oh, well, you guys are talking about something else. I don't even know what you guys are talking about in chat. But anyways, so as a result of us complaining on this lady, she's no longer working there, which is definitely a breath of fresh air for the people of Aurora, because if she can treat us after a cordial conversation like that, wanting us to get kicked out and calling the police, and we were waiting, and the security guards knew us from before, or at least knew KDOT from before, so they were like, no, we're not going to call the police because we know how this is going to end, right? And that's exactly how it ended. The police were not called because we did nothing wrong. We didn't break any laws. We weren't doing anything wrong. Matter of fact, we took their step. You see that badge on KDOT's chest there? We took the extra step to get that badge when in reality, we don't need to get a badge to be in there. I don't need to go up front and give my name, but as a courtesy, we did. But just letting you guys know that we are holding people accountable in the city of Aurora, in the city of Denver, and the surrounding cities. We're getting the work done. Where other people are getting arrested, where other people are doing stupid stunts, where other people are doing stupid things, we are actually doing the work to get shit done. In between time dealing with, corrupt cops in Thornton, corrupt cops in Aurora, corrupt cops in Denver, corrupt officials. I mean, we're doing the in the weeds work that most people are not willing to do. A lot of people are willing to get their camera and record, which is great, and I highly recommend any interaction with any government official, get your camera out, or at least your audio recording, and record the interaction. But where most people fold, we don't fold. We go in, we ask for records request after records request after records request. We get people's salary, we get people's information. In some instances, we even get evaluations, which, by the way, we are going to have a panel. I wanted to do it today, but KDOT's dealing with the tragedy right now. You know, I don't want to get into too much details, and we will. Hey, Harry, appreciate the super sticker, bud. Really, really appreciate that. But Ellie, myself, and KDOT will have a special panel to go over some more details on Sergeant Douglas, who's also a piece of shit. We call him Cover Up Douglas. And he's also a piece of shit because he doesn't treat the public right. He hasn't treated me right. He hasn't treated KDOT right. We just had another live not too long ago, I think a day or two ago, where he treated another citizen like absolute trash when she was trying to find out if her kids had a warrant. And he refused to service her if she didn't physically hand her ID over. And we took care of that situation, and we're still going to go back and talk to Sergeant Douglas about it at some point. But most likely during the week, because I don't think he works weekends. He gets paid $142,000 base pay, not including overtime, not including all of his benefits, to sit behind a desk and pretty much don't do anything for the public. That's what he gets paid to do. So they probably moved that office lady to Sheridan. I mean, she no longer works in Aurora, and that's all I care about. I am happy, and trust me, if I end up running. And by the way, Sheridan's fucking toxic. I'm not going anywhere near Sheridan. So if anybody's wondering, I ain't touching that shit with a 10-foot pole. But if I find her again, I mean, I hope she's not working with the government anymore. She doesn't belong there. She's not a public. I mean, she doesn't deserve the right to service as a public servant. So, yeah. And that guy in the middle of the frame, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of tiny, but the guy in the back with the bald hair, he was an interesting guy. I need to find out more about him. Because he tried to intervene and said that he was a contractor. He ain't no contractor. He works for the city. And I'm going to try to find out, Still waiting on my contract before I go on panel. Ellie, it's in the mail. It's in the mail with a big fat check. So, yeah. You know what, Ellie, I don't know if you have time today, but I'm going to talk to KDOT. I know he's dealing with some stuff, but maybe getting him on a panel and not thinking about, some other shit might be good for him. You gotta get back up on that horse and not I'm kind of worried. In other words, I don't, I want KDOT to be in a better frame of mind. Ashley, thank you very much for the sticker. I really, really appreciate that. By the way, I'm pretty much decided that any and all money, unless you specify, is going to go to records request or feeding homeless people or buying water from for the homeless people out there that are really, really in desperate need. So, you are a big girl now. Ashley, thank you. Darn post office. I know they're so slow, Ellie. Like, damn it. And they always lose things in the mail. I mean, it's just really, really weird. Yeah. That's pretty much the update. The lady is no longer working with the city of Aurora, which is a good thing. And I hope she doesn't try Denver because I'll find out. And the surrounding cities. The only city that I'm really staying away from right now is Sheridan. For obvious reasons, it's pretty toxic over there. There's a lot of shit going on over there. I know. Oh, did Jen send one? Where did Jen send? Did I miss? Oh, there it is, Jen. Thank you very much. I didn't even see that, Jen. My apologies. Thank you so much, Jen. You are the best. I love Jen. Everybody, tell Jen that we love her because she's awesome and she's definitely one of the best mods going. Oh, you started it, Jen? Thank you very much. I didn't even notice it at all, Jen. I do apologize. My bad. King Solomon, welcome to chat. So let me give you guys an update on what we're doing this week. I'm going to try to possibly today have that panel with Ellie and K-Dot. I'll have to talk to K-Dot and see, what's going on with him. And Ellie, I don't know if you're available too. I have to coordinate with you as well. I wouldn't go that far. Jen and Ellie are the best. Well, and Ashley and all my mods are really good. Matthew, thank you very much. That will definitely buy a case of water. So thank you. Thank you for specifying what you wanted, Matthew. I will definitely keep that in mind. I've been doing that work behind the scenes too. So and Matthew, let me know if you want me to do it on camera or off. I've been doing a lot of off camera work. So just let me know. Let me know what if you want me to put it on camera or not. I tend to not anymore because I don't want people to think that I'm just doing it for the camera's sake. So. That's definitely a case of water. I've got another $15 that I gotta buy some water as well. So that's 4 cases of water. You guys are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing with the office perfect. Okay, thanks, Matthew. I just want to make sure that you guys kind of direct me when it comes to that type of stuff. I don't want you guys to think that I'm using your money in vain, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So this week I will we're going to be at it again. We've got some new developments and another thing that I got to talk to K-Dot about regarding what happened to him. Not him in particular, but one of his friends. Very, very sad thing. I don't want to get into detail. But I'm sure we're going to be working on that. We've got more records requests to put in. But the big update is this lady is no longer in employment in Aurora, thankfully for the citizens, because the way she treated us at the end was not very good. And you know what? We were having a really good conversation. We were having a conversation on policy. Jen, wow, with the $3 sticker. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that, Jen. You are awesome. You don't have to praise me. I admittedly am now a lazy mod. Well, you might have reasons, Ashley, but you're an awesome mod too. All my mods are great. I don't have any issues with my mods, Ashley, at all. Matthew's good. They're all really good. Harry, everybody's great. But so there's a lot of stuff going on this week. So you can just rest assured that I'm gonna have my camera on. I'm probably gonna do some cop watching this week. I actually feel up to doing that now, whereas last week was just pretty much me being sick and not being able to talk and stuff like that. John Denicola, welcome. Nice to have you in here. So that's what's going on, guys. We'll have definitely more updates for you as we get them. I've got to redo some requests. Ellie, I need to actually talk with you about that because I have some issues that I need to talk with you about and consult, because it's uh, some of the reasons that I'm getting for not getting my records request are just unbelievable. I mean, it's obstruction at every turn. We hear this term obstruction a lot, but the government does it in spades. Not physical obstruction, but just mental and stuff like that. Um, okay, so that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a great Easter weekend. What are you guys eating for Easter weekend? Are you guys doing a ham? Are you doing turkey? Like, what do you guys do? What are your guys' traditions? I would really love to see whether you tell me, you know, uh, um, tell me in the chat here, or on, comment on. I might put out a poll later. Actually, what do you guys do? Ham, turkey. What are some? Do you guys do something different? Like, I know a lot of Mexican families do the enchiladas and tacos and burritos, stuff like that. So let me know in the comments here. I'll put out a poll later for you guys. All that good stuff. Like I said, Ellie and Jen, the check's in the mail. Jen, you should be getting your check. No, I'm kidding. I don't pay them. I should. I wish I had the money to. I totally would. I would definitely pay. They would do the same on East Colfax, MLH. I got some funny stories from the East. Oh shit, John, I'd love to hear them. For sure. Um, you know, Email me. All right, guys. This is another good time of year to remind you guys about mental health. If you guys are struggling with your own mental health, please make sure you reach out to somebody that you know, love, and trust. In lieu of that, my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a counselor, psychologist, or a psychiatrist, but I do listen, and sometimes that's all that matters. But if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, just remember, somebody out there thinks you're their favorite. There's also some national hotlines you can call. I believe the number is 988. Somebody in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Type into Google if you're a computer person, and you will definitely find free help when you need it the most. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind to your family this weekend. Like I said, the most important thing is be kind to yourself. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And hopefully I'll be seeing you guys really, really soon. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. I am out.